Salamu alaikum kwa bayi nuanum nkramofo nyina yadama asema madwo anwumre Sompa 93.1 FM Sompa 90.7 ewo bron epo FM Sompa 98.9 yenuanum sunwane ekwenya akone dom no so ekuramu ewo honsa no doso anwumre omampani na na dodankwa ekufuado wone Ghana fo ni wiase nyina akasa efa yenuanum muslimi somna dese ene dakasie ehunade ensam ene ode ma Ghana fo nyina na wade atudwa asantemantamu chief imam ana wade nsam bi atudwa ne nyina no eye de wade to emaburu no anim ya afutuo ene ensam pi ewum Swami municipal chief imam Sheikh Ahmed Balawi wado so adine domanim ma wade nsam bi famframamu se entu wiase ene adasa asen of by election na ekoso no adehye na ewo ho no ade nsam bebre ade atudwa na returning officer ya won potam ho ya wura ko fitsibu wone nsamtrofo adi nkomo bia wode abato no akiri nsam akekere ade ama ye na nwumre yi ye ba na ya besane mu mara sebedwane de ma adehye ye wo north die abato mpesua no so e wo fra mantam no mu aya wona bo Joycelyn tete na wo ka kere aban ne se ba bia wode na ni kere se wo pesika no emmoa ebeya enka wo hwe benkuma fa so ho kakra na wonya adwuma bi wo ho wo yesa sika ne be basaya setam ama enema atumi akoso busua ensam no pi eka ho adwumre ya yasim kunwa no yade ebra wo se anwumre no nsia brem kase ye live e wo Facebook and YouTube no so eye adwuma ye live e wo Facebook and YouTube no eye adwuma ba bia wo anwumre bia no ene kase ne nyina no yade ma ye nuanom Muslimin somno adese wone a wogen komisane kronkron Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam na nkyerɛkyerɛ na niso ade hunu de botaye ene ne bibia edie tinɛ dakase pa ede ma wom efrɛ me nana kwabena kese Ghana mampani His Excellency Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo ena kasai ne nyina no ye nuanom Muslimin somno adese wiase nyina da ene ya kyerɛ sɛ odi dakase yi eba ne sei no a sa wo fa ba bi te se zongo sa hodo ne ade a empo se wo fie ebe ka akwa ho a wo hu se kasa kese a etwam no wa hu ponche a obehu nwan wa hu nwan a obehu nantwie base ya no ma ye mobo papa wo tiam be so de ne sene ena wampani na Adodankwa Akufo-Addo ade atudwa ya wo kyerɛkyerɛ mu se ene eye Idul Adha na Idul Adha yi dakasie se no eba ne se na wo man mu no nyina ehwe ye nuanom Muslimin som no adese ebiemu nso wode nsampa ene mo ene dwo mo ene ko mo ene akukuduro mo ene achitai mo ene gidie ene awresemu ene nkuransansam a empempi no ya na free ye nuanom Muslimin som adese na eba Ghana ha sei wo se eba ne sa no a na eyade se eboa ye pa won kai amanfo akire kuro a ebra covid eba wiase na bi ka Ghana no wo hwe nuanom afam dwuma omudi ye ene mpaye a omona montuo omokasa empo no onkyerɛkyerɛ nyina aka ho ene ma yetimi de ye ho ade free covid mu ebiemu nso wada o masepa se oman no ayewo mu no mpempi no mpaye a wo boy fiada bia wokɔ siadam na okɔbɔ mpaye na okai Ghana okai wiase fa na nyina na wa mo mabaso a na kyerɛ sɛ wa yetiafo ma balika de sala and
the two governments of the new patriotic party in the Fourth Republic, this country has produced Muslim vice presidents. It should thus be clear to Muslim parents that there is value in educating their children. Our nation affords your children the opportunity to rise to their highest possible calling. I therefore encourage you to take advantage of our progressive policies in the education sector to educate your children, both male and female. We're beginning to navigate the turbulence with our economy growing by 4.2% in the first quarter of 2023. The currency has seen some stability lately, and through the Gold for Oil program, we've seen the stability in the prices of petroleum products as well, all of which are helping to bring inflation down. Things are getting better and will get better, I can assure you.
Omampani Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo ena yetene nkan na wowie ye no ena National Chief Imam Sheikh Dr. Osman Nuhu Sarabutu wono so nam ne kasamafo so Sheikh Aremiya Shaibu na wode nsem wei ema wiase nyina
Your Excellency, Chief Imam says on this special occasion he commits the whole of the nation into the care of the Almighty Allah. Indeed, Allah has kept order in our country and given us peace. We ask Him to enhance the peace and harmony. The situation in Boko is of concern to us. We ask Almighty Allah to bring His peace to Boko. Our nation, Ghana, we ask Almighty Allah to keep intact our country. The two leaders that God has given to us, His Excellency the President and His Excellency the Vice President, we commit them unto the care of Allah. May Allah grant them His protection. It has become a virtue so important and respected among all the virtues of Islam that is required of all Muslims to carry throughout as a germane and lifelong principle that we can sacrifice ourselves, give up what we have in order that others must live. Let us lose ourselves in order that others may have. This is the true meaning of this celebration. Anything apart from this that renders this kind of celebration meaningless. May Allah help them. May Allah give them the strength on which they are able to take care of the whole of the nation. May Allah enhance them in their health. May Allah continue to increase the peace that we are enjoying in our country. May Allah give us more peace. Our compatriots, as you said, Your Excellency, who are in Mecca at the moment, we ask Allah to grant them His traveling mercies that they will arrive in peace. You have kept the tradition of supporting and helping the Muslims during on such occasion. We pray that Allah will reward you abundantly and deservingly.
Eniya etwagu yeyi eye Sheikh Arami Yao Saibu wonone kasamafo edema omaimunu nyina yenuanom kramofo onsofo pani Dr. Sumano Nuhu Sharabutu ena yete nenkan yeda soa ewo yenuanom dakese yi mu na yemra asante mantem nso municipal chief imam ena wono nso so ede nsem etu edwai na ne din ene Alhaji Abdul Aziz Ramadan ana wode atudwa ena wo ka kire emaburu no se ewiase ye ba ye sabi kwaye kora wo hoda se nuankuma enimu a eya kwaye no ne daache no ya na ejina amanabofo achi ya na ehihim ye kwaye be sabi mu sabi kronto emerewa foto besa amanaba emaya dim na nkwakwafo nso abetini hipe na abegina emrante no edimu enti se ya nhwe na ya ntwe ya ho amfiri enubone enunum ene enema edi fi ene dem eka som na sano a eyade se ebe ha dwen ye pa ye papa asemni
utusire di manyankopon e bom paye ya nyamba ye ni ya mai ansana nyam suba ye no kanti memba se o mai di se Ghana de ho na obi indi ye ni pe tie bia o se nya o mampani ya odi ye ni mo na yanya o mo abobuwa no boafo ambobuwa no se ya mompa ye mpa mo no manya adwimpa fambu o maina bra bia de baka se o man mo oti ana nkoran yambranti ne yambaba so se ambon pa ya ma o mo nda no mo yankoran na ochina o mna bayan panin fo ambabu o maina on ma bayan panin fo ambu o maina ndero anu se yankora kise yambon pa ya ma yankora no mo nya adwimpa nyetima ma o man hu an hia wo na de wi nom tramo ni de ka ho de yo mo adwuma tutu bottom na am robert de yo mo adwuma chezo ochina no ga na ni da chi anda so bia to say asira imam fo nyina wo omanyimu ni ekristo so fo nyina wo omanyimu
Sompa FM
nyina fo ya dwunu ko yankora no ho ne fa futu pamfa mawo yan kasancira o yan bon paye mawo ne kasancira o nyana e bon paye we na batu na boa ama o china no champagne fo firmu a yan mpa omadi omanyimu so yanyina na ya mrantie na yankwara ne ya dalin panin fu
Municipal Chief Imam Alhaji Abdul Aziz Ramadan Nensamua Wadema Sompa Kasie se emfa yeso nantu ewiase nyina eno no yada soa ejina mu ewo yenuanom asofo mpanimfo ensam ene ensam a wade ye afutuo ede amayen na yemra soame Sompa 93.1 FM yewo soame na soame a yewo yi yensusu ye Chief Imam aye Sheikh Ahmed Malawi wono so adi ni domanim ama wade kokobo ene afutuo pa ene ma emabunu no
yepe asumdie so onyankopon de ahye wo munsem onyankopon na beboa won mo na sa asumdie no yenya amen akoma seye ahokyere onyankopon wonyin fro mai omo ayem pese ebenya ahokyere na onyankopon de ahokyere ama wone ne nkoa na omo enam anajo omo nam awia omo pese yedi ohaw eba onyankopon ne nkoa eso no onyankopon eserewo yi wo mu fro mai apostle ban so onyankopon bo mo ban amen bo mo na wontimi endi juma pa no enko se na efata amen onyankopon emoai onyankopon emoai onyankopon enye ni yemai ena de yempanifo a ya wo mo aka babie mema emani nyinara enkoda no onyankopon ehu mobo amen onyankopon emo mbeba ena amen yenso ya kan so onyankopon boaye ne ntimi nsumu se na efata amen na yenya wo hira wo wiase a yenya wo pene wo wiase a amen na emfa nko atemuada amen onyankopon omwae omaye wo do amen adia eye wo do onyankopon famaye amen empapa mu onyankopon omwae ho ban amen onyankopon wonyi mpapa mu emfire ntim amen onyankopon yeserewo menkane pi yewo adwuma pi eyo ene enti mamekwa no ato sene commander so wono obetumi aka bebi akire
ene ya etwagu ye eye soame municipal chief imam Sheikh Ahmed Malawi ana yetene nkan na wote se na nanu ebesi no na oka district commander soame district commander eye DCP Evelyn Dogbe na owo ne nsam wode man samtwerefoni
la se ndenai wama afia sambetu yen yeda mo asise mo ba hasumdwe mo bibia so akosu kama nsi one ne pese se ne kakra de but bibia akosu kama enti yeda alase yesre se obia ehwe ne husu ye wo ye bibia hwe wo husu ye se ne be ya asumdwe ebe ba Ghana de asumdwe ne yepe enti yeso yeda mo asise mo de asumdwe ne nam every home coffee obia hwe ne husu ye obia ndo ne yonko na alaso obehira bebre
inshallah we Swami district commander DCP Evelyn Dogbe ana yete nkan afei ye mohwi na yenko asen no foi enura ebeka na de dobonka tem TV so radio so social media handles ni nyina no uhunu se ensam no ekọ ya resource no nso edi akire enwom so de wate bi wo wasum ene obia ne nsam a wakan ya genso yento ye yaje yento ene nsam de wakan bebere na returning officer ewo asen no by election eye yewura kofichibu na wone nsam twofo edi nkomo na wo ye ne se nukurani ewiase e ba ye wo ho bayifo ba na ne nso ade woni pa ya ade a wosaye eye plane yese bia plane fa nipa de wo kan okura ehye adise no abọ hummaten pa ya kire se wo kase wo kasemboni bia fa won ho a na kire se wa yetiafo abato no enim abato no mu ani abato na chi bia kopem se wode sunsanso no tudwane de what omaya de
Chris ofa nomination kusi and night for bani kra the asida the electoral commission from head office through the region to the district level. Any election officials from Koya Juma na nothing I'm saying we abandon so in a bani said the very true jana. Now not women security service media houses say a print or not electronic no we na say on the board of Buduku on the can who need money in the security for the that yet and help. Inti said abanokwa enwani na ena iratas nukuru safani benes yunam ena Queen James Jachi de banisia so na ba na pompo so na semi emrama na kwan semi to declaration as the MP for that single constituency aya Queen James Jachi and normal coin, say on a dink about see a coin pa the fruit sassy this year and you many day to see a coin crampo by Indian cast BBA or 37 years. Now, when you say, Nana Sam said the last interview, I grant you, no, I seems you need to talk to your bomb by saying Betty, or what did you Bible, and then Sugar Crown so as in not constituency.
Returning officer ewo Asin North constituency Yewura Kofi Sibu ena yetene nkan na se wo hwe ya enipa miensa na ogina no na baako oba Bennis enyonam wono ena gina mu edema LPG na LPG amanyoko no nipa ogina mu e maame Bennis yi abato no nyina ba na wiye no wonya aduowotwe enson ya kire se enuru ba bia so betimi adi ni mu ene na ye ne amanyoko no kofare bai Ewura Kofi Akpalo edin ko nevuza se ofa Akpalo ya to awie o 87 ya kan sen
oh that be name akwa because na be na na kwa dos because kana omo eti chen ho no mo di chairman ko fo mo to abama wo no ye ni se ska no ska omo tua no per person so be 200 is no go to aba after sharing volunteer boots sika ene sekane edu edigu fosi ene ntomania dade no nenu achi no yenu se omawie sa no no sa da na ye to aba no police station wa oduro mani ama 200 fa ko to aba ntino say nyame ya do ko na ni baka krabi say to my ya na so we mu na wo conscience e wo no ma mu say they no take money to go that you say we no one by election so any general election no sa forces na ko gu constituency no ba ko no sa sika mo masa ya mo gu on na no so masa ntino general election will be quite different because the general election the results would have been different sika only or better chairman ko for the sika no deliberately no these two major parties no mama na hia mo mama dwuni na say ntino obi ma sika fia bia na wadwuni na badam so the mechen tira say enipa no so pe ebenisa yeah obi na hia na na aben 200 zuli so the mechen na ba say o kwan a wote so e kwan na ba bia wote no na o faka ba hwa e bia esenke je o tan series ba na say kwan ni nyinki no we to 20 series na say person any amaboka na na otu bia kwa no ko 2 times so boka photo series e jo bro 200 na wani dia na wadwe no me hu dia bia da so the mechen no nipa ni suppresso o ma wo bre na obro mu 200 series even the whole 4 years in Ukraine say 8,320 series o ma wo boka na so wo kwan ye na o asakoto abama nipa na say nipa na ye no ni jo
ene ya etwagu ye Yewura Kofi Akpalo wono na ye kwafare bai edema LPG amanyoko no na efri na nsane ne beka ndo ano ne ade nyina no wo se Sompa ye fa ahoma no sepe se ye di nkomo a na eye Erika 9 wabo adwuma papa wo si anam ewo emfimfiri mantamu Eric moni adwuma rade asomdwe nkan
enkan so kobna wabre bibia boko de na me adaro ma o ma ya hode no
ede nyame ase pra
apom na emu aye den kakra emu aye me kakra de ne mom ni nyina mu no
adwuma na ba Eric pra chire ma ye ne
me da se kobna ade a efi enre nyina se ne enumre no be se no nsiampe mu me de etruga se unam montene so a asimbe ku praso akonfode ekwa akokosi asempa na ye ediaso ebenyina ene na hu eye ndisi chinyama nyokuo ne ma ese dodo a omode moflegu omukom de egu dodo omahye party no omo entire ahyehye ene dodo omo sa wonma fanefom esanse me no ne fia Asin North for EDA nyina ne se Yewura James dachikwesi na ohwe ballot sheet ni to no da ase enti ele fanefom na ana dodo omo asin fotu ha no omo efa no na efri anopei ibaba bisi ne numre mu no me bo continue fafa krom no ade ba kwa me hu ye ene say aside say NEC chinyama nyokuo no mo hwe isi montene so ene momume omuri twia de fa free assembly ku etwia koye asendan same ekokoko fa bia Yewura ya osafo a ne yere edora efiasafo ifimi ya no omo hwe edi momume ekokofa honum kokohia party manum bi omo honom esa akokofa omo nso ebebetwi mumuma efa assembly ku de ko su atena konfo de ana ne omo hwe ya omo de gi omo home na eno no enkonko gu no o se ade a abambofo a yewura ekufo dampare IGP eso omo ede omo free nkapumpuni mantemu sanso ana oman yi intro ni ntwa so de omo ba bepi asen not hanom no ade a ohwe mfonyini bi amasoma ba na hu se mefide tetafo na nanu motorbike bi na omo party edi egu car echia na omo ehwe na omo de ko ni nyina ne se edwuma omo ba se omo ba be nyame adom edwuma no asoni aya asodie mu bibia ye kama na ohwe police for ba sesa tintin bi komna me ha mani nka me kan mako be se enum ya ni nyina no na ehwe ne a ne di kumase ko ne ne di nkan pumpuni mantemu nso ehwe akọ ede police for omo ba bo ban eto banje ban ema asin not by election ni bibia ye kama no omo ha ede omo kwani ohwe police for mrantie ne maba omo back se tintin omochi ni asensen dodo kon ho a na ese na enika kwa omo hwe ekwenti ndey na yade a kruma dwoa bibia ye kama wo mse onama otibubuzela ne pin fanfom sa ana makoma se ekos ne mo bibia mu no ade ndey no bibia adwoa enije wo mu de ne mo no entese ne enura nimre ene anope no yehu no ene sport de omo jigumu a ene say no anya asem keto akobna
enura wo ma ye report bia na wo kire se ya kire abrante bia na wasiesie ne ho sesra ni nanso na wanya sra ni minim ye kan abane wie no eno ho asem no akosisan
rasa kobna impempen ade abrante no aposefo eguso a omo edini mu a omo totona no ahwe ehu sene enwoma ebesi akosan so ohwe sa crime ya na sa nipa bonufu se sa de call so na aposefo enye ensusie mu na aposefo omo emremu no ade a enye ade a ye fa no totoba ntino mo hwe eguso a omo ni di nsam na chi na asin kuhia de san nkofo miensa me ye se ye chi omo tum ne de nyame adom aposifo ahwe abeli omo a ene no omo huso ne mo sa brante kwa na ohwe ya no ekokofa aposifo ne atare ede hye ne ne no ya ade aposifo egusu ekura ne mu etotuna no ese oni ben ene so no ma ne babedi sa nipa bone fo sam no dodo na asam ne ba afofo no mo tentena mo nsa ewo yewura Kennedy Japan so ne mo no ewiemu ho no he eba be sign ti ka se sa anyoma no ontimi nye de biara da enya abato ho ana obehwe na otiti Ghana mrato nti abrante no guso aposifo edinu mu omo hwe etotuna no no mahwe mre a se fata ne bia omo de abon komna
mo ni adwuma ye nua bema Eric Anan wosi anam ewo emfimfiri mantam wabo adwuma papa ono na yete ne nkan ye koye ni mu won sanfoforo manwumre no nsia brem kase no ne na eya fofidanti ensam no na yeguso a yede ema wo Sompa 93.1 FM Sompa 90.7 bron epoye fam kransa ne important ba bia wu de ama Sompa 90.7 wo ba sunwane bron na afen so hafo important ho nyina ne ade no so a Sompa 98.9 aperitivo 5G na mizo adorment ye toato ansam no so na yakoye nim mara sebedwane de ma adesie ye wo North Die abaton pesua no so wo frau mantam no honorable Joycelyn Tete wono na wode atodwa na o ka kire abane se abane mama ne wura mfi kura ebia na aye na ni bofaso obia na ne wura fi anase bia na ni na apa ho na o ka ansem bia kire ne se wo sere no adase ebeya eto ahodo ya se bosome so na ye ma no ebetu kwan ya ticket ya wode tu kwan no eto ye deda so no wo sere abane se abane no enyimfiri so na ma ne nya kwan no ntu kwan bebre bare sa no beboa ma na pa ama adwumam schools ahodo edwam kaamoni ade wo ba bia agye ne ho di se wo tunu kwan okura ne ticket ya ne ticket no so wasiesie ne ho kama wode etunu kwan nti bibia ntimi nse ne kwan ebeya wo munyi sa to ne mfiri so na omo na ne to ne nyina fa begu condom so condom yen taxi condom pa nya sa mo kura so eba ne se ba hadwin se emema de ya wo ye no eno anu no yebu ye nsa ba akopɛ no eno anna wotwe na wafiri mu nsa biam gise bia okoforo empabone na bia ayere wo ne ya twa na by force ende obasa bu nsa bia na ade akowuom na ye nua ma no de bosome bia firimfie dunu kono de bosome bia bonsa obetu kwan bosome bia wo ka skaw woni ka skaw waboa wo ho wo moa wo ho wo peu gise bia yare bi na bia ene niema bi enni afra papa ewo nipa duanum na bia ma wontimi enfo sa baase ne bi nyesa wobɛfo saa bus ne bi na ticket ere fo bus na ye de to eto so a na ma no ye pese o mo kɔ hene e ba saa emwa e ma me Joycelyn.
Millions of cedis that this tax brings to the government is not going to affect our state of living as Ghanaians. I want to give an example. The number of people that use condoms may be more than the number of people that use packs. But condoms, I don't know how much tax the government is able to generate or the amount of revenue that the government is able to generate from using condoms. I know NGOs that share condoms for free. I have never seen an NGO that put it on Excel that look at the end of every month, I'm going to distribute tax, sanitary pads to women in maybe Greater Accra region or wherever. We don't necessarily have to eat everything to get satisfied. We are taking those tasks from the people so we can use it for their well-being. Now you are draining them and then sending it back to them in a different form. So we are saying that instead of taxing us, don't tax us. Let's find a way to buy our own sanitary pads. You can go and tax other staffs that we are using as Ghanaians. Not necessarily something that you know very well as part of us. It dignifies us as women. So if you are tasking our dignity, then we don't need the money. You understand? If you are tasking our dignity, it's not removing the tax wouldn't only promote economic justice. It goes a long way to give us dignity as women. Imagine the number of women that go to school, girls that go to school. And then imagine that because of menstrual hygiene or because of this tax, what's the name, sanitary pad taxing thing.
We marasebe jene de ma de se ye one of dia baton person so e wo frau mantam no mu ye nua ba Joycelyn tete aba ya kuma kora tumi se ngoma sua de ye papa akuya nyako yere ho pa na bia nam de wo kwan wa na ye kwaya nim wo ensam foforo mu asen of abato na ye to ye nyina akire no ena empanifo bia frase ya e kasa obi afrase ya wobusa ne ho asem eye me ana da bi o eye me ana da bi o na eno na aka ho bi ama kire se yewura Justin Kodua Frimpon JFK odi atodwa na kire se what abato nso so de ha dwene o ha dwe papa obo plans ne yade nyina no ato afa ho na emom be ne den all the same no a tie ne nsam a wode abai NPP amanyoko no enam krata so babontima Sompa kase se yenso yensa aka bi ne nyina no eye de free Asenof by election mu eba ana wo mo kire se we no eye enkanyan ade de ma wo mo te wo so kanya wo ho pa na ade bi o manfa nto yie no wo so mo de to yie de akia wo mo tene no na de atene wo so mo de to fom kakra no wo so mo ye ne sa pepepepepepepe wo wura cha so poku ya wo gina mu ede ma NPP amanyoko no when you are 12,630. 12,630. Yeah, that's what you call how much more. Now a 42.15%. 12,630. What you call how much more a 42.15%. And now end this Samanyokono any James Jachi question. And 17,245. 17,245. So what you call how much more? Na 57.56%. Ya trese eya dia ekoso. Na someha opene yen konkwa. LPG nipa ya wojira mu Safanu Benes enyonam. Wano so enyama no aduotwe enson ya eye 0.29%. Na no ana JFK ede krata aba ya wakyerɛkyerɛ. Wakyerɛ de ato party na chitafo nyina anim se ampa abotoyamu dika no moda obia se obia de oyeye bia no omoda obia se nebom omode to party no achitafo mapanim se ade bia ye manasepo ade bia wante ase ade bia na etinsam wadwen ema nunti se woto aba no so wanto aba no ade bia eya ma wadwen no eya akọ na chi sesa bia onto aba no emfa party ni bia mu ono se wo sa manasepo ne sansensam ni bia party na tran ye na ben wo no bomode sha wo bekọ honom na fa asem no nyina akoto mpanifo anim na mpanifo hwe kwampa obafa so a obatimi ahwe na wasiesie sa asem no efri se nyame ya adom a enche na ekokese no
wɔn ɛkɔ so na npp amanyɔkuo no ɛhwɛ anim sɛ wɔn bɛtumi abreki 8 no wɔn da obiara ase wɔn fa saa akɔnya wei so ɛbɔ yɛwura James Gyakye Kwesi n'aba so sɛ ampa wɔdi nkunim a na kyerɛ sɛ yɛn nyinaa no ɛyɛ Ghana ntia wei ɛyɛ nsɛm a NPP amanyɔkuo no ɛnam wɔn twerɛtwerɛfoɔ panyin Justin Kodua Frimpong so ɛde ba abɔnten so a Sompa nsɛmtwerɛfoɔ yɛn nso so yɛn nsa aka bi wɔsoafoɔ abɛdi akyire a wɔhwɛ dwadie ɛna afei nso mfiri nnwuma ho nsɛm soɔ Dr. Stephen Amoa ɛna ɛrekasa yi na wei no ɛyɛ asɛm bi kora mpo na wɔde to dwa ɛna ɔkyerɛ sɛ nokorɛ nyame anim nie adeɛ bi wɔ hɔ a yɛana ɛha dwen wɔman bia da wopɛ sɛ wotu mpɔnkɔ w'anim wɔ abrabɔ mu no ɛyɛ ɛtoɔ ɛne yɛde kyekyerɛ ɛtoɔ no nso wogye toɔ no a sabi yɛnni toɔ nti toɔ deɛ wogye a yɛde yɛ ɔman no yie na sabi yɛnni toɔ ɛne waka nsɛm yie paa wɔde ato dwa ɛɛkyerɛ sɛ ɛbɛyɛ a yɛnsesa yɛsu ne yɛban ɛwɔ kwan ahodoɔ bi so a yɛfa so yɛ a yɛyɛ yɛ nneɛma bi ne adeɛ nsɛm pii ɛna wɔde ato dwa yɛntie no
economy or our country runs what I also describe as negative effective tax rate economy. What I mean is that monies outlaid to households, monies from all government to households, are always less than monies government gets from Ghana internally, domestically, without loans. So what is happening? And this is what government used to finance. And so far as we don't pay realistic taxes, so far as we don't work on the leakages in our tax systems, so far as we don't include other stakeholders in paying taxes in Ghana, we will continue to borrow. That's a fact. Let's be very practical. And that's why sometimes I find it too difficult understanding professors and doctors who are claiming they are not politicians, not telling us the truth. About 2 million out of about 31 million Ghanaians pay direct tax. Talking about leakages, you weep. So if you have a country that the only or the main financing sources are either you generate revenue internally or you borrow, and internally you are not getting what you are supposed to get, what happens? You borrow. And if you have issues such as COVID and the Russian war, where you had impaired productivity, where you were asked to stay home, but you'll be paid and fed, what happens? And you have revenue shortfall of about 12 billion. You'll be forced to borrow because you won't let your case die. So these are some of the policies that the government and other authorities and the Ghanaian community and stakeholders should look at with all sincerity or in all sincerity. And I think one of the things authority must do is to look at which of the expenditure items can we even take away from our expenditure budget or whatever, or reduce. You just don't decide I want to reduce by 10, 4, 5%. You need to do proper correlation analysis, regression analysis, to find out which of the items do not impact your GDP. So when you cut them, it will not impact them, and you can sustain appreciable level of poverty. It's done. Wonder you cannot run economy qualitatively, profoundly, and you get results. It's about numbers. So it is time we introduce new paradigm shift in dealing with quantitative policies more than qualitative. So we know.
Yɛbɛka borɔfo sɛ yɛa yɛne mmra yɛ ho so ne yɛduru IMF wie na yɛkasa tententententente adwuma no so a yɛntimi nyɔ wei nyinaa ɛfɛ bɛn Dr. Stephen Amoa na yɛte ne nkɛn na ɛno akyi na wɔkyerɛ sɛ ɔde style bi ba wobɛnya anka style bi sei no mmra.
You look at all the formulas in the world or the models we use to calculate even returns from some of these securities. They don't fit Ghana here. They are not applicable. So there is a fundamental challenge when it comes to some of the policies that we as a country we are going through. And trust me, practically, if anybody or any bank has money to invest and the government source, which is classified as risk-free, is giving you more returns, will the bank give the money to my company? No. The bank will invest in government securities. And because of that, a lot of the companies in our countries cannot grow organically because there's inadequate of funds. And even the Russian funds that they will get from the banks will always have double-digit interest rate. And that's why our economy, I describe it as double-digit interest rate economy. It is very serious. And just listen to the consequences. One, what it means is that the companies cannot expand enough to employ the labor force. Two, the companies cannot produce enough to meet demand, so we'll be forced to import. And once we import, we will demand more dollars, and our currency will be weak. So it is a serious technical or fundamental anomaly that I wonder why I've made this statement in Parliament. I got support from minority, majority. I've been saying this on radio. I am sure major stakeholders have heard this. But I find it very difficult that we have a society or a country that we can identify our challenges and problems for years. But whether we coming together as stakeholder bodies or groups or individuals to solve it, I don't know. Sometimes I find it very difficult. So these are the key emphasis that I think authorities and those whose jurisdiction handle some of these things should listen and find a way to dealing with it.
Also, for the extra or hedge DNA fence of the Numa Hon Sam, so Dr. Stephen Amoa, and Yatin and Kaya Koyanimo and some from Rector Ewo Ghana College of Pharmacy. Na nidin any Yvonne Irenchua Eseku. Jumadia Ekoso annual general meeting Ekoso Ewo and Kramantam.